All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Gilles Lavadière. He is the chief geologist for First Phosphate Corp. And Gilles, great to have you back again. How are you?
Thank you. I'm pretty good. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, excited to have you along. Talking about your drill program, almost 30,000 meters ahead of schedule. You were able to finish it, and just give everyone some thoughts on just what you were trying to do with this particular drill program.
Okay, we drilled, in fact, 99 holes for almost 26,000 meters of drilling. The idea of the program was to drill the deposit at every 100 meters to be able to build, a resource that will be more on the indicated side, okay, than rather than inferred. So I think we were able to achieve that right now. We drilled a deposit over a length of 2.7 kilometers every 100 meters. And most of the holes, in fact, all the holes but two, we had phosphate intersections in them. So we're very satisfied and with the results of the program so far.
Yeah, give us some thoughts on the area itself, because there's a number of different zones. I mean, we've talked in the past about the mountain zone and all that, but there are some other zones as well that really will add into this next report.
Yeah, that's right. So we have in total 4 zones. It's part of the same system, if we can say, but the difference is the grade. You know, we have the mountain zone and the north zone that are more high grade, the mountain zone being at least over 10%. We have the south zone, which is the longest one. Grades are a little bit lower, 5 to 6%. But in the last drilling, we saw, we're getting up to 7.5% phosphate. So nice surprise.
Yeah. Talk to me, Gilles, about the thickness as well, because I know that in the news release you talked about anywhere from 60 to 100 meters in thickness. And so is that a positive for the project? Because it sounds like it starts almost from surface.
Yeah, well, it's not on surface. I mean, the deposit was discovered from surface samples. In fact, it's the north zone has 3 or 4 layers that are up to 100 meters. But we saw in the last drilling that the mountain zone with our thickest intersection was 177 meters. So it's pretty wide. And on the south zone, almost every section we have over 100 meters or close to. So in fact, I guess we're sitting on a pretty good deposit.
So, Gilles, I guess the next steps now is to get ready for that resource estimate, and then obviously a PEA after that.
Yeah, exactly. We've started the 3D model for the resource estimate. I've been working with our consultant, PNE mining consultant. We've looked at the interpretation. We're trying to build a 3D model, and so far it looks like the mineralization is consistent from one way to the other, so over like 2,700 meters. So we're expecting the resource estimate maybe by the end of August, and then we're going to the PEA later in the 4th quarter. So we're very excited about the results, and we're looking for something that will be very good for the company.
All right, Gilles, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for the update. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Nice to see you.
All right, there's
okay.
Yeah, good to see you. Gilles Lavadière, the chief geologist of First Phosphate Corp.